Anthropology as an optional for the civil servants aspirants is very popular. Why popular? Popular irrespective of the discipline. Irrespective of the discipline, it is popular among the aspirants. What is the reason? Any idea? Charu madam? Amar? Limited syllabus. Acha. You guess it is limited syllabus. Fine. More? More static. Means less current affairs part. No need for updating on a yearly basis. Not much. Not much to be updated. Okay. What else?
The questions are repetitive, I guess.
Questions are repetitive? If it is repetitive in Anthro, it should be repetitive everywhere.
It's more static than
It's more static. Acha. ठीक है. It's more static. Acha. So on the whole, you have decided to take anthropology as an optional, considering the pros and cons. I'll tell you the pros. Cons are limited. Because there won't be cons in any subject. If you are interested, if you are connected to the subject, there won't be any cons. Yes or no? If you are not that much interested with the subject, you may identify some cons, but they are not cons. Coming to the pros part, why anthropology should be taken? So you have already specified a limited syllabus, static part. And even though it is limited, even though it is static, first of all, subject should be interesting for you. Yes or no? First of all, subject should be interesting for you. If you are not having interest in the subject, you cannot retain or you cannot follow it in a proper way. So anthropology itself is interesting subject. Why? Because the center of the story, the center of the subject, entire anthropology is you and me. That is the man. It is about ourselves. The subject is about ourselves, that make the subject more interesting. So interest part is also very important. That's why students get connected to anthropology. Why? Because they are learning about themselves. Okay. So you might be knowing the syllabus part. You have paper 1, paper 2, paper 1 and paper 2. In paper 1 we have the socio-cultural anthropology. Socio-cultural anthropology. Under it we will be studying topics like marriage, family, kinship, economic organization, political organization, all this stuff. Yes or no? This is the socio-cultural anthropology. For UPSC aspirants, we have 4 branches in anthropology. What are they? Socio-cultural, biological, linguistic, archaeological anthropology. Even though we have 4 branches for UPSC examination, the major part socio-cultural anthropology is dominated. So we don't have much about the archaeological anthropology and linguistic anthropology for UPSC syllabus. For UPSC it is mostly it is socio-cultural anthropology. So first paper we will be having socio-cultural anthropology, the basic concepts, means the themes what we are going through in the socio-cultural anthropology. So first paper also has the biological anthropology or the physical anthropology. Under socio-cultural anthropology we study the society, we study the culture. Simple. Social, culture, society and culture. Civilization, culture versus society and culture and civilization, marriage, family, kinship, economic organization, political organization, religion. This is socio-cultural anthropology. You have to be thorough with this part. Socio-cultural anthropology. Why? Because whatever you will be learning in the first paper of socio-cultural anthropology, that you have to apply in the paper 2. Okay? So this is very important part. Socio-cultural anthropology, society and culture. The topics what you learn here is they are very, very, very important. And you also, in this part, you also will be studying, knowing about the theories of culture. Theories of culture. What exactly is culture? What is culture, Amar? What we follow from past. Madam? Culture is everything. What you are is culture. The dress what you wear, the food what you eat is a part of culture. The customs, the traditions. It's not only customs and traditions, culture means. What you exactly are describes your culture. Culture is a complex whole. Culture is a complex whole. Okay? So that I will get into later. Culture is a complex whole which includes many things: knowledge, belief, arts, faith, worship, which a person acquires as a member of the society. You are telling that we have been following from the past. Why are you following? How are you following? Because you are that are transmitted to you from your forefathers, from your ancestors. That is transmitted, and in your case you are acquiring it. Yes or no? That's why that is being followed. So culture is a complex whole. So cultural studies will be the focus in paper 1. The themes associated with the culture will be the focus in paper 1. Okay? Now, the second part of the paper 1 will be the biological anthropology or the physical anthropology. It is biological anthropology and physical anthropology, or the physical anthropology. Under biological anthropology and physical anthropology, we will be studying with the two aspects. Means briefly it will be studying we can categorize it into two headings. One is paleoanthropology. Or the fossil studies. In it we will be studying the fossils, the fossil primates, the primates associated with man, the lineage, because we want to know how we have evolved, that is how man has evolved. That's why we will be studying the fossils. We will be studying fossils for different purposes. To understand the lineage. We are Homo now. Homo erectus or Homo sapien? We are Homo sapien. So in the line of evolution, we today stand as Homo sapiens. But earlier we were not Homo sapien. There was evolution of man. Neanderthal man, Homo erectus, all I will be describing this in the class, in future classes. So we are not Homo sapiens, we have evolved. So such hominids also will be studied. We are now today like this. Don't we want to know how we were earlier? How we have transformed like this? Yes or no? So here we will be taking up the paleoanthropological studies, the primate studies, and the hominids, and the other hominids. We also study about the variations in the human populations. Are there variations in the human populations? Are you like me? Am I like you? Is he like you? If not exactly, broad features. Are you sharing the broad features? No. Look at him, look at you, look at me. Are we sharing some broad features? Look at his hair shape, look at your hair shape. His nose, your nose. His jaw, your jaw. His height, your height. Yes or no? So there are variations. So to put it very broadly, you have different races. The Negroid races, the Caucasoid races, Americans, the white male or the female, and the Negroid male or female. Are they sharing common features? Are they having similarities in the physical characteristics? No, there are variations. Why these variations? Is it genetic? Or is it adaptive radiation? Is it a process of adaptation? It's a process of adaptation. Adaptation sir एक generation में if you are negroid race, if you go to America, एक generation में हम भी उनकी तरह बन जाते हैं? Adaptation, no. It will take millions of years to get adapted, to get the changes get manifested at the genetic level. Yes or no? Yes or no? So we will be studying this variation under this physical anthropology. So we also study the growth, the development of the humans, different stages of the humans, different stages of the growth and development of the humans. We study the adaptations. All these aspects will be covered in the physical anthropology or the biological anthropology. Got it? This is paper 1. Interesting? Interesting? It should be interesting. It will be interesting. Don't worry about the terminologies given in the syllabus. I'll make that very simple for you. I'll make that very simple for you. ठीक है? This is paper 1. Any questions? Any doubts with respect to the paper 1? Any one of you? You can go through the syllabus. Yes? So briefly I have described you what exactly is paper 1. Done? Done? ठीक है. Paper 2 we have 2 parts. Paper 2 we have 2 parts. One we can categorize as the Indian society. Indian society. The second part would be Indian tribes. Second part would be the Indian tribes. Everything we study not only about the present society we are living in, we will be dealing the subject right from the traditional aspects, the traditional basis of the Indian social system. The traditional basis of the Indian social system. We discuss about Purushartha, we discuss about Dharma, we discuss about Dharma and religion. Dharma, that is the traditional basis of the Indian social system. Based on this basis, based on them, the other systems have developed. Like the caste system, the Jajmani system. Yes or no? We study about the Indian villages. So all these aspects, whatever we are facing now, we are not exactly facing, we are part of, has some traditional basis. Yes or no? First of all, we will be studying the traditional basis of the Indian social system. Based on that understanding of the traditional basis of the Indian social system, we will be learning or understanding the other concepts. Now this Indian society part, you can enjoy a lot. Sir, what does it mean? Don't we enjoy the paper 1? Paper 1 also you enjoy. But paper 2, you are part of it. You are part of it. Matlab, you can correlate with the surroundings, what is happening around you. Yes or no? Westernization, we discuss the concept of westernization. We discuss the concept of dominant caste. What is dominant caste? Suppressing lower caste? No, it's not like that.
Majority of them.
No, it's like something like, you see, you might have observed a few castes dominating the political landscape. They are dominating the political landscape. Yes or no? At the state level. At the regional level also they dominate. At the village level also they dominate. Yes or no? Dominance is different from suppression. Suppressing the other caste? No. They are just dominating. In this process, there may be stray incidents of suppression. Stray. But that's not related to our methodology or our concept of the dominant caste. Yes or no? Different regions have different dominant castes. In Maharashtra, we have a particular dominant caste, the Marathas. In Karnataka, it's the case of the Vokaligas and the Lingayats. In Andhra, the Reddys and the Kammas. Yes or no? In Bihar, we have Bhumihars, Yadavs. Yes or no? So this is dominant caste. These are the dominant castes in the political landscape now of the country. So that's this dominant caste we are observing. We are coming across this on a daily basis. Yes or no? Yes. So we can correlate the subject, what is happening around us, in a better way in Indian society part. Okay? Just go through the dimension, means the aspects given there, they will be very, very, very interesting. Yes or no? Next is the Indian tribal part. Indian tribal part. So Indian tribes also will be discussing the biogenetic variation amongst the tribes, the linguistic variation amongst the tribes, the tribal problems, the tribal issues, especially with respect to the displacement, development, tribal problems like health, education, unemployment, these will be discussed. After that, anthropological approach. Some topics are given with respect to the anthropological approach. Role of anthropology in tribal development and rural development. Role of anthropology or anthropological understanding of regionalism, communalism. Means the applied part. This is called as applied anthropology. Anthropological knowledge, what we are gaining, should be applied in the present scenario. Means the subject should not be restricted to the academic field or university or library. It should have some application. What the knowledge, what we gain, the subject matter, what we learn, it should have certain application. So this part will be the applied part. And we have certain petty topics like the contributions of different scholar administrators for the development of anthropology. Okay? This is the brief of the syllabus. I don't want to go into the much details. Gradually, on a day-to-day basis, you will be going through the syllabus. You will be identifying the topics. Whenever I tell a particular topic, I will tell you the significance of the topic, how the questions are being asked. I will be giving you the list of the PYQs from the topic, how the questions are being asked, how you have to understand the topic. Means what you have to grasp from a particular topic. Yes or no? So that I will be providing you. Topic wise. Okay? This is the brief of the syllabus. The socio-cultural part, the biological anthropology part, the Indian society part, and the Indian tribes part. So you have to be very thorough with socio-cultural anthropology. You have to be very thorough with socio-cultural anthropology. In paper 2, what I said, we have Indian society and culture. Means paper 1 has its application in paper 2. Tribals also we study, we have cultural elements. Tribal society we discuss. And we also discuss about the theories, I said, right? Anthropological theories or cultural theories. The theoretical dimension can be applied in your paper 2. In the Indian society part, tribals part. And these theories can be applied for the socio-cultural topics, society and cultural topics like marriage, family, kinship, everything. You have to be thorough with the theories. Sir, theory is only 1 question, 2 questions. कभी-कभी 3-4 questions आते हैं. Should you be selective? No. First, let me make this clear. Should you be selective with respect to the topics? ये पढ़ना चाहिए, इतना ही पढ़ना चाहिए, ऐसा कुछ है? Yes.
We can't solve the questions in current trend.
ये ट्रेंड जो है, जो मैं बता रहा हूँ, ये पढ़ना है, ऐसा ही पढ़ना है, इतना ही पढ़ना है, अब नहीं चलेगा. अब नहीं चलेगा. 2022, 2023, मतलब 21, 22, roughly from 20, I guess, 20, 21, 22 papers you see, you cannot avoid any topic. You cannot avoid any topic because we are trying to smart. We are trying to take some smart work. बस इतना ही पढ़ेंगे, इसको छोड़ देंगे, ये पढ़ेंगे, इसमें से क्वेश्चन आता. If you are smart, UPSC is smarter. Yes or no? So it is forcing us to go through all the topics. And one more thing is, without the holistic understanding, without coverage of the entire syllabus, you cannot answer the present papers. That is for sure. The present trend. You have to lose some 30 or 50 marks. मतलब 250 marks का question आया तो paper is for 250, right? If you are selective, you can answer only for 200. 50 marks तो गया. Because examiner is making sure the combinations like that. So don't be selective. Don't be selective. At least in the first reading, complete the syllabus at least once. Complete the syllabus at least once, every aspect of the syllabus. ठीक है. उसके बाद during the time of preparation, during the time of actual examination, you can be selective. If question comes from our selected areas, fine. If questions comes from other areas, at least you have read once. At least you are having some understanding. With that understanding, you can manage the paper if not writing a perfect answer. So rather than leaving 50 marks, attempts. It's better to get some 20 or 25 marks out of 50. Yes or no? If not 30, 20 is better, na? Rather than losing completely the 20 marks. So each and every mark makes a lot of difference in UPSC. Do you know that? Same marks will be having different ranks. One rank can change your service. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. So it depends upon the seniority, the age. They give the, what is that, the ranking, the preference of ranking. Okay.